I want to talk about high-speed rails. How Europe has them, how China has them, how like a lot of countries around the world have high-speed rails for obvious reasons. I've never been to Europe, but a lot of my family has, and these high-speed rails place to place. It's all most of Europe's connected, if I remember right, looking at that picture. And we would do so much better if we had high-speed rails in major cities, connecting all major cities. That would be fantastic. Like what I think Kyle Clancy said that. Yes, I watch him a lot. Anyway, yeah, it just makes sense. I was watching CNBC actually had a YouTube clip on it, and how they just interviewed people that are construction and California, trying to link these two cities together. They're supposed to get San Fran and LA, but they don't have the money, they don't have the funds. And I'm like, you the 5th largest economy in the world. You just a couple years ago, a year and a half ago, almost 2 years ago, you surpassed UK as 5th. You made them 6th, now you're 5th. And you one state with 40 million people. What? You can afford it? I mean, that's because you got your shit backwards. You're not taxing, you're not making sure these corporations pay their fair share. You're not making sure these rich people don't have loopholes and tax havens and all that. How many rich people live in California? How many people have, estates in California? I mean, come on now. California's full of wealthy people. I'm not talking about fuck the rich. I'm talking about pay your fair share and you still be rich. You still be having enough money to buy the next mansion, okay? The high-speed rails is something we need, man. We need. Connect Portland, Seattle, and then midway stops between Portland and San Fran, a few stops before that, or instead of I-5, instead of taking 17 hours, it takes 8. I don't know, from Seattle to LA. I mean, I don't know, maybe 10 hours, maybe cut off 7 hours. I don't know exactly how many hours. But just imagine, I would sign me in for the high-speed rail system. All the other countries have them. China's, of course I'm going to have my disagreements with China's overall government. I'm not going to agree with every single aspect. But I ain't going to sit here and China sucks. No, they're spending more money in renewable technology. They're spending more money in infrastructure. They're spending money in infrastructure with other countries, making deals, just made a deal with Russia to not step on each other's interests and work with each other as they can. Kind of just be acquaintances and have a neutral, decent relationship. China is investing in the people and investing in their country overall, investing with their neighbors, investing in Africa. They own ports in Spain and Portugal and all that, for obviously goods coming and going around the world, since they make so many goods around the world that go around the world. So I mean, I'm talking about just high-speed rails. We need high-speed rails in the United States. It would help us out with get this traffic down. Give us more options, more public options. You need to spend more money, invest in public transit. We need to make the flow of moving around much, much better and much easier. It's cool that we all have cars. At least most of us have cars. Cool, but it's not really that cool after you turn 16 and you do it for a little bit. And then it's oh, insurance. Oh, car payment. Oh, gas. Gas is a bitch. It's all of a sudden that turns out to be all right, cool. I'd rather jump in my car for a moment just go down the street, you know, maybe a few miles down the road or whatever, jump on a high-speed rail and go to Portland for the day, come back. I'm like, that would be so nice. Take it like an hour to get to Portland, 45 minutes, because the high-speed rails are going like 200 miles an hour. At least they do in what's it called, Europe. But I just want to talk about that. As high-speed rails in America is like needed, and we are lagging behind, massively lagging behind. Of course, our infrastructure gets graded D+. There was a report that just came out. Jordan Sheridan on Twitter was shared it, and on his YouTube channel, that, what was it, like 4,300, almost 5,000 places across the country have basically poisonous water, like lead in the water or whatever. But that's, in my opinion, poisonous water. You shouldn't be drinking it because it's not good for the body. Poisonous water, it's going to harm you. So, yeah, I mean, that's crazy. You got all these places around the country with poisonous water. You got the overall infrastructure of this country have a grade of D+. Louisiana has the worst with a D-. And you have just counties and cities and localities after localities after localities. Just, oh well, we don't have the tax revenue and you're a poor area, fuck off. Drink that poisonous water. We don't give a fuck. Go buy water, whatever. I mean, we have problems on top of problems on top of problems. And infrastructure is one glaring, glowing problem that kind of tells you a little insight about how America's crumbling within. The U.S. empire is crumbling within. We got massive problems across the board on every single fucking conversation. There is some type of a legit, good size problem. And we need to fix it. Being aware that infrastructure is one huge problem we have. And that pretty much tells you the rest of the world that the United States military is everywhere. Because we don't want to spend the money here to actually fix America. No real politicians are actually out there. I mean, there's few. Bernie Sanders told us scampered. There's Ro Khanna. There's other politicians at a federal level. But most of them are just like, nah, fuck it. I'm going to get mine. I'm going to be rich. My family said. But yeah, high-speed rails, infrastructure, we need bad.